Hi friends, it's story time. I have a book for you about some dogs. The first time I looked at this, I thought they were cats, but I think they're dogs. It's a little hard to tell. Their names are Boot and Shoe. They look very similar. And their names are kind of funny because a boot is a type of shoe. Maybe they're brothers and sisters from the same litter. I don't know. They're very, very cute. This book is by Marla Frazee. She has done a lot of books and illustrated a lot of books that I love. Maybe mommies and daddies can look her up. She usually does, I think I've even talked about her before. She does a lot of books about people, but this one is about animals. Boot and Shoe. Here we see something going on. We only see the tail sticking out. There's a tree. We don't know yet why that's happening. Maybe after we read the story, we'll understand why that was on the title page of Boot and Shoe. Look at when they're babies. Oh. The story starts with this. Boot and Shoe were born into the same litter. It's true. They must be brothers or sisters, or a brother and a sister. And they live in the same house. So that's great. They got adopted by the same family, so they get to stay together and live together. They were in that little box. The box said free, so someone was giving them away. Maybe someone's dog had puppies. Maybe they're kitties. I'm not sure. They eat dinner out of the same bowl. They pee on the same tree. At night, they sleep in the same bed. When I see the picture of them peeing and lifting their leg like that, I think, oh yes, maybe they're dogs. Because that's how boy doggies go potty, is they lift one leg. They're giving us some clues, but they haven't said he or she yet, so we're not sure. Do you see how they each have their own ball to play with, even though the words didn't talk about that? They spend a lot of time together, don't they? Boot spends his day on the back porch because he's a back porch kind of dog. Oh, now the words are saying that they're dogs. Shoe spends his days on the front porch because he's a front porch kind of dog. This is exactly perfect for both of them. So they eat together and they sleep together, but they like to hang out in different parts of the house. And now they're using the word he and his. So these are boy dogs. They must be brothers. We couldn't tell just by looking at them, right? Let's see. I wonder if there's going to be a problem. So far, everything is nice. This is what their house looks like. And now you can see one dog at one end and one dog at the other end. One day, for no apparent reason, apparent means obvious. It means it would be easy to see. So for no reason that is easy to see, we don't know why, a squirrel started some trouble. Uh-oh. Do you see the squirrel in front of the house? The squirrel wants something to do. And so the squirrel is coming up with an idea. It chattered at Boot. Chattered means, well, usually chattered could mean talking, but it means that he's making noise. He's getting close and making his little squirrel sounds. It chattered at Shoe. It threw stuff at Boot. It threw stuff at Shoe. This squirrel is trying to cause a problem. Maybe this squirrel wants to be chased. Sometimes if you want someone to chase you, you might start bothering them. Now, if you're a human, you know that you can just say, "Hey, chase me!" And then that's a better way of getting someone's attention, but the squirrel just didn't know how, so the squirrel is kind of teasing the dogs. Then it got all up in Boot's business. And it got all up in Shoe's business too. Whoa, something had to be done. So the squirrel is running all around, all around, all around, all around. The squirrel really wants the doggies to chase it. You can see they made lines to show the path of where the squirrel ran. All around, all around, all around. And you can see the dog trying to catch the squirrel, but the squirrel was too fast. Uh-oh. Look at this picture. They're showing you all the places that the squirrel went and all of the places that the doggies went chasing the squirrel. That's a very interesting picture. It looks like hundreds of squirrels and hundreds of dogs, but it's really just one squirrel and two dogs chasing, 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 chasing. And every second they were in a different place. The words are saying, Boot and Shoe chased that squirrel all over the place. They chased it and chased it and chased it until it got bored and walked away. So you can see the squirrel finally got tired of playing chase and left. Sometimes if you're done with a game, you can just walk away. If you're playing with a friend, you could say, "I'm done with this game. I'm going to go do this now." But the squirrel just didn't tell anybody. He just walked away and disappeared. So the dogs didn't know that the game was over. But they were so tired. Boot collapsed. Shoe collapsed too. They just fell to the ground. They were too tired to take another step. When Boot opened his eyes, he saw that he was on the front porch. He looked around for Shoe. Shoe should be here, but he wasn't. Oh no. Shoe usually hangs out on the front porch, and so Boot was expecting to see Shoe there, and Shoe wasn't there because when Shoe opened his eyes, he saw that he was on the back porch. He looked around for Boot. Boot should be here, but he wasn't. Oh no. So the doggy brothers are looking for each other. They're thinking, well, I'm in the spot that my brother usually hangs out. Where is he? But they've switched places, right? From all that running around. And they don't know that the same thing happened to the other one, that they're in the wrong place. They think the other one might just be missing. And now they're feeling a little worried. So Boot searched. He searched the front porch for Shoe. He looked under things, over things, around things, and between things. Here are all the places that he looked and looked for his brother. And then Shoe searched the back porch for Boot. He looked under things, over things, around things, and between things. No luck for him either. So you can see these are all the places he's looking for his brother. And see that last picture where he has a little cloud over his head? That's how they show, sometimes in stories, that someone is very sad or mad. They show the grumpy feelings by putting a little cloud over their head. Oh, poor puppies. They're looking for their brother, but they're both looking in the wrong place. That's confusing. They're having a little mix-up right now. So Boot decided to station himself on the front porch and wait there until Shoe found his way back. He's thinking, well, this is Shoe's favorite place to hang out, so I'll just wait. Shoe will come back eventually. And Shoe decided to station himself on the back porch and wait there until Boot found his way back. It was a long, lonely afternoon. They're both doing the same thing. They looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and they couldn't find a brother. So they decided, well, I'll just wait here and my brother will come. But they're both doing that. Shoe is waiting for Boot and Boot is waiting for Shoe. Oh no, they'll never find each other this way, right? I don't know what's going to happen, how they're going to solve this problem. By the way, where are the people who live in this house? We haven't seen them at all. When it was dinner time, Boot's stomach rumbled. Oh. But he didn't want to eat dinner without Shoe. Shoe's stomach was rumbling too, but he didn't want to eat dinner without Boot. It was a long, hungry evening. Maybe the people that they live with might have put dinner out into their bowls, but they don't want to eat without the other one. They think the other one is lost. At bedtime, Boot was shivering out in the rain, but he didn't want to get in bed without Shoe. And Shoe was shivering too, but he didn't want to go to bed without Boot. Oh, they're getting colder and lonelier and more worried all the time, thinking, I can't eat without my brother. I can't go to bed without my brother. My brother is lost out here in the rain. I have to wait. Both of them think that the other dog is somewhere outside, missing. I wish they could talk to their people for help. I'm sure their humans live in this house, and if they could talk, they could say, my brother's missing, and then the people could help them look, but they can't talk, so the people inside probably don't know what's going on with these dogs. I feel so worried right now. How are they going to fix this? It's nighttime. Can you see? The words are saying, once during the night, Boot walked slowly around to the back porch just to see if Shoe was there. But at the same time, Shoe walked slowly around to the front porch to see if Boot was there. But no luck again. Oh no. So they finally got the idea to check the other porch, but they went at the same time. So when they went looking for each other, the other one had already started walking, and they walked around different sides of the house, and they didn't see each other. Another mix-up. It's getting darker and later and later and darker. The words say, Boot ended up back on the front porch waiting for Shoe, and Shoe ended up back on the back porch waiting for Boot. It was a long, sleepless night. So they're not sleeping. They're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. They've been waiting all day. They were waiting all evening, and now they're waiting the whole night long. These brothers love each other so much. They just can't imagine eating or sleeping without the other one. Finally, the sun came up. On the front porch, there was still no sign of Shoe, and Boot began to cry. This is very, very sad. But luckily, as readers, we know that both of the puppies are safe. They just have to find each other. On the back porch, there was still no sign of Boot, and Shoe began to cry too, because they're thinking, what if my brother is lost forever? What if something terrible happened? What if? So they're thinking very sad thoughts, because they're thinking, if I can't find my brother anywhere, maybe something terrible happened. Maybe a wolf came. Maybe they got lost and can't find their way home. Maybe. And they're just sad. But even in the worst of times, a dog still needs to go pee. So Boot dragged himself over to the tree. Shoe dragged himself over to the tree, too. They had to go pee at the same time. Finally, maybe they're going to get lucky this time. They've had bad timing this whole time. Just please let this work out. Suddenly, lo and behold, there they were again. So they were right in the middle of the pea, and they looked over and saw each other. Whew! I got a little worried for a minute that they might go to the tree and still not see each other, but fortunately, the tree was very small, so they could see each other. Look how happy. Overjoyed to see each other. Overtired, too. So first they jumped up and down with excitement, and then they hugged. They wrapped their necks around each other. But they're also so tired because remember, they stayed up all night waiting for each other, right? Phew. Here's the house in the daytime, and the words are saying, so even though the day was just beginning, Boot and Shoe decided that the exact perfect thing for both of them was to go right to bed. Can you see that they're going into a little doggy door? Some people, if you have a yard, sometimes people put a teeny tiny pet door into their regular door so that cats or dogs can go outside whenever they feel like it. And that's what happened to Boot and Shoe. No more time on the front porch or the back porch. It is time for sleeping, even though the day just started. Do you see the squirrel? Do you see it? I wonder if that's the same squirrel that they were chasing. Do you see it? Oh. Together, of course. So they finally found each other and they went to sleep together. Woo! I am so relieved that story had a happy ending. It had a lot of sad and worried feelings before the happy ending, but it all worked out. I wonder if from then on they decided to stay on the same porch and hang out together so that they wouldn't lose each other again. Or maybe they made a plan. Maybe they said, next time, if I can't find you, I'll bark, and then you can bark back and I'll know you're okay. I don't know what they did the next time, but I'm just glad they found each other. Aren't you? Thank you for coming to Story today. Anything by Marla Frazee that she's illustrated is always my favorite. Will you come again to another story on another day? I'll look forward to seeing you. Bye.